Hello everybody, my name is V. Narendra Kumar and we are from NRK Academy, and this is the 11th video in our series called Master Education on the primary level, a new holistic approach. And we have covered all the subjects. We have a fair idea about those who have seen the 10 videos. You can go back and see all the 10 videos. In essence, we have understood that a child should be active. Child should be involved in all that he is doing. In the involvement of any activity, certain observational goals must be met, and we have discussed all that. The what. How do you create the how then? Which activity do you choose? So that's where we are doing this here, creating experiential learning activities. I can add that. Next would be how in each of the things we have already discussed in history, in geography, and how do we do it? First, check hours available. Above means what we have done till now. Is only the what. Broadly, each what has to be realized, achieved via an engaging, time-bound how activity. So, suppose you have in your nursery, let's say you have 200 days. Each day, let's say you spend 6 hours. 200 into 6 is 1200 hours. You have to do that. You put on a chart 1200 hours we have. We have all these things to be achieved this year. All these things to be achieved in the next year. It has to be hierarchical and contextual together. A certain amount of planning is necessary. So we don't have to get so much bogged down. Broadly, we can cover the observational things to be achieved in each. For example, if you have music. So music, what he can do on that level, we can complete as much as possible and continue forward. Dance, what he can do, dance, what's there in dance, you can just go on dancing, create more patterns. In the higher classes, we can introduce some more styles and all that, depending on the time. So optimization of achieving a holistic hierarchical understanding of the world through experiential learning, through keen observations, through fantastic feeling, naturally unfolding the inner hardware given by nature to express itself outward is the thing. So I put this here just to trigger a brainstorm. So house can simply be got by searching. As simple as that. I would suggest searching. We don't have to invent the wheel. Suppose you take mirrors. I've taken one example here, mirrors. So there will be many activities, even more than what I have put here. So there will be an activity where you put mirrors opposite to each other and you can play games with it. So what happens is you get infinite images. You put it at an angle, you get different. And you can make a game out of that. Mirror that are curved, we have already. Spoon, for example. So you can take a spoon and play with it. You can see your face big and then you turn it and become small. Things like that. Distorted mirrors. How crazy images come in. Smooth surfaces are mirrors. This is something which people don't observe. Smooth surfaces are mirrors. So you can have different smooth surfaces and you can create an activity out of that. I believe there are hundreds and hundreds of activities already available. Don't underestimate the world. It is there. What we are doing is to be intelligent copiers, and file it with our own local editions. So, and all activities must be fun to do, must be natural to him, and you can create multiple objectives also. For example, you can say a boy went into a barber shop, and then he starts seeing so many of his own reflections, and he got frightened, something like that. I'm giving a very silly example, but you can take a story and you can put in some other. You can have multiple objectives. You can actually have columns and rows and achieve multiple objectives, which will increase the optimization of your time. You can do that. That would create these observations. Same with every single topic which you have covered till in the video. It takes time. It takes a certain time to organize this. So one good way to do it is to start out, experiment with things. As you grow, you will grow in experience. I think in 3 or 4 years, I think you'll get a very solid real comfort level of what you can do to optimize all these learning outcomes. These are called actually learning outcomes. By 6th standard, our student has a feeling. He knows, has observed, experienced with great feeling. A feeling which even in my own humble way, I would like all of us to be humble. A child is a potential genius and we are not. We don't have to be also. But we can create geniuses. That's the whole point here. The teacher of Helen Keller created a genius out of a deaf mute. Just by touch, she learned letters and she went on to become such a great writer. Touch words. Just by touch. By sixth standard, our student has a feeling, he knows, he has observed broadly most things basically. Most things is a very broad word. The whole of our videos is that most things. But he didn't feel as if he learned. But he learned. That's a trick thing we have to play on him. We have to be very cunningly make him happy in a deepest way, which he himself wants to be happy with. You know. So child is very sportive. That's why the child is very sportive. In my class, they're very sportive. Even the older children are very sportive. And in any case, in practical situations, let's come to practical situation, the child comes from a space of starvation, a space of lovelessness, a space of stress also. If he has grown already to fourth standard, by the time he's got a lot of hurts, so many things are happening psychologically. Even that gets cleared up. The body and mind works with happiness. Happiness clears everything. Happiness is a very healthy thing which creates health. You know, and the rest of higher learning simply feels like natural learning with ease. All the higher learning concepts, trust me, they will feel natural if this is carried out perfectly in the primary level. Really. Even like light, sound, finally when it gets the concept of volume and pitch and everything, it will be very comfortable in the higher level concepts. We'll be also doing the master education on the high school level. Used to observing. He's used to observing. Holistic, hierarchical, holistic means that. Contextual, hierarchical, holism means that. It is quite a thing, really. And then you have other things. I've just put a few things here. Games you can have, travels you can have, bondings you can have. And I've already talked about bonding anyway. Why I'm saying other activities, etc., all other activities. So many activities are there for a child to do and enjoy in his life. Even going to a restaurant and eating different kinds of food, you can talk about so many things. All the time talking to a child, letting him feel that this is a place of wonder and exploration and doing. That is the whole idea. So in the next video we'll talk about, okay, so we have said all this. So we are ordinary, average individuals, simple teachers or educators or parents who have come from very modest background. Of course, we might be successful, but this seems overwhelming or too challenging. It is not. And that is what, it is not so challenging, though it does require time and application and a willingness to put life for your child or school or your subject. And why would you not if you can? And that is our subject in the last video, the conclusion, what is required from us. And we'll see that in the next video. Thank you so much.